Hi, I'm Daniel Bainbridge, and I'm here to show off my melee combat tool for Unity. Uh, so what this tool is mainly a way to get animated melee combat without having to worry about animation events inside of Unity because they are awful and they are a massive pain to work with. So uh, avoiding that as much as possible is the goal. Um, so uh, what I'll do is I'll show off this little demo program, and then we will show off exactly how the tool works by making something like this ourselves. So in this little demo program, we can see that we can drag this receiver around, and we can change our knockback strength and such, and we can, boom, we can kick. It's nice. All right. Yeah, let's get this set up nice and quick. So we'll start a new scene. Boom. This is all using some imported stuff from Mixamo. So this Spotty Granny is from Mixamo. She's got an animator on her. And we're going to be using an animator controller. So this animator controller is the animator for the example that you just saw. And we're going to be using this Grandma Kick one. And you'll see that both of them have this node no motion. And that's because I could not find a way to ping what the entry node is. So unfortunately, this is something the designer will have to work with for now, as the tool currently works. Yeah, the no motion is just there so that you can get back to the base state. So we're going to chuck this Grandma Kick animated controller onto our granny. What we'll do is we'll add a combat item component, and you'll see it's already picked up our animator. If it didn't, then we wouldn't be able to do any of this editing here. So yeah, we can add some hurt boxes. They can be different shapes, and we can edit the size of those shapes as we see fit. We can change where those shapes go, and we can toggle a little debug so that they are easier to see. So let's just go ahead and add a capture one, and we'll change it so that it is roughly about right. And we can check whether that's about right with that debug. Nice. We can also change the parent of that hurt box. So say if we wanted a hurt box on the head, we can chuck a sphere down. We can find the head here, which is a few layers deep, down to the neck, down to the head. All right. And we can chuck that sphere on the head, and we can change the radius to something a bit nicer. And it's not quite right, so we can offset it to be slightly better. There we go. Now we have some hurt boxes, and that's nice. We can also add a move. This is the fun bit. So we take our animation clip that we want. This is Martello. This is our kick. This is our nice little kick, and we can chuck that animation clip in there. And now that the animation clip is inside of there, we have the option to add some hitboxes. So let's add a hitbox. We want a parent transform, so we want to know where we want the kick to come out. So we probably want that to come out on the leg. This animation comes out on the left leg. It can be either one, not a problem. Now we probably want to use a sphere for this just because, and we'll have it we don't know when it's going to come out, so let's just have it out for the whole move for now. And we can decide to either choose an automatic knockback angle, which means that we can't actually put anything in for that anymore, or we can add some damage there. That doesn't actually do anything until that value is pinged. So there's ways for users of this to access this so that they can chuck it into their own scripts a bit easier. We can also change the knockback distance and the knockback time. And we also have hit stop. Hit stop is really cool. It's what action games use to show off their impacts, really, to get them really nice and meaty. And what we'll do is we're going to add a second combat item here, and this can just be a cube for now. And we can chuck that there. Maybe we'll make a floor as well. We can some showing off some very some very botched Unity skills. Okay, and just for simplicity's sake, we'll chuck that straight in front of the grandma. We'll chuck our combat item on there, and we don't necessarily have to have our animated controller or our avatar on there unless we want it doing moves, but for now it's just fine being a cube. And what we'll do is we'll add a hurt box, and we'll make it slightly larger than the actual cube itself, because that's not uncommon to do on enemies and such. And yeah, we can debug that and have a look at how it looks. There we go. So that's our cube with our hurt box. And since we want it to be affected by gravity this time, we'll chuck a rigid body on there as well. Easy peasy, right? Now, what we can do is we can choose our knockback angle. Let's say we want it to go straight up in the air, and let's say we want it to go up 10 units. And we want it to go up 10 units in a second. All right, now what we can do is we can hit play, and let's get that camera off there. Boom, we have a kick. That was nice and easy now, wasn't it? But that doesn't quite feel right. We have, because the hitbox is just there the entire time, right? And so we can change that in here while we're doing it. So 4 and 15, does that sound about right? We can see that kind of comes out when we want it to. Maybe if we want it to be slightly further away, we can do that. Then we'll go back to the granny. Boom, there we go. And yeah, that's how simple it is. We can also add some automatic knockback, which can do things based on the angle that the hitbox is hit. So now, since it's slightly to the right, the hitbox is coming at from the left, it should get kicked slightly to the right. And what we'll do, just to show off that our hit stop is actually working, we will increase that time to something a bit more dramatic, about 0.3 seconds. Boom, there we go. Bye, cube. Yeah, thank you for watching. That's a nice quick little setup of my melee combat system. More to come, hopefully.